Hello, and welcome to a video talking about the Grand Gaia Chronicles spheres. These are spheres you get for doing, well, the Grand Gaia Chronicles. There's a lot to talk about here because there are a lot of spheres. However, we're not talking about every single sphere, otherwise we would be here for a good long while. Instead, I'm just going to briefly talk about, the spheres in general, how long they're going to last, and how to get the spheres. To start off with, let's talk about how to get these spheres, because, well, that's going to be the easiest thing to do. To get these spheres, you go to the Vortex Gate, you go to Traveler's Saga, and you click on Grand Gaia Chronicles. These are sets of quests broken up into various groups, usually broken up by badge or by signal units for some of these. And they are a set of typically 3 to 4 volumes or quests, in which you get gems, spheres, Zella, karma, and that's what more could you want? These are super easy to do quests that you can do day one of starting the game, basically. There's nothing to worry about here. These are all like super easy, especially with just like basic squads. You can buy with having 4 units from the most common summon pool and 1 unit from the second most common summon pool. Then a super OP friend need, and you're golden, baby. For doing these quests, you typically get a total of 4 gems for each section, and there are a lot of sections in general. The only exception, is the Crusade of the Six Heroes. These are broken up by units, so Vargas will have 3 quests in total, Selena will have 3 quests in total, Lance will have 3 quests in total, and so on and so forth. For the 6 heroes, the Crusade of the Six Heroes, you wind up getting 24 gems in total, and that's just the Crusade of the Six Heroes. There are plenty of other Grand Gaia Chronicles to go through to get, 4 gems for each segment. On top of, some kind of decent starting spheres. If anything, it's worthwhile to go through these quests for the gems alone. But what about the spheres? What do the spheres do? Well, as a blanket statement, almost all of the spheres, there's only one that works differently, but almost all the spheres give a 30 to 40% boost in 1 to 3 stats, and then one other effect, or maybe like a couple of other effects, but nothing like super powerful, to be honest. Like a lot of these spheres are gonna run out of their usefulness like soon after picking them up. Like they're just a lot better spheres you can get even before you get these spheres. But these are an easy source of gems early on, so if you want to increase your unit capacity, or your friend capacity, or item capacity, or, just do a lot more summons, like, this is not a bad place to get gems. But there are 3 spheres I want to talk about specifically because they do kind of stand out to me. Those 3 spheres are the Sin of Rebellion, to start off with, which you get from doing the 6 Pillars Rebellion. I want to bring this up because one of the effects it has is increasing overdrive gauge fail rates. This is a very nice sphere to have on, for starting off, in case you're having difficulty getting your overdrive gauge filled up for some of these quests you're gonna be doing to start off with. Just like having that additional boost to your overdrive gauge fail rate makes it a little bit easier to get your overdrive for the next turn. You're probably not gonna be using a UBB on the turn that you're trying to build up the overdrive gauge. So getting it built up and having it ready for next turn, this just makes it a little bit easier. The second sphere I want to talk about is the Thief's Jewel, which you get from Zelenites is here. This is a nice sphere to have early on because it does actually increase item drop rate from enemies, not from chests. And it also does not increase chest drop rate, just item drop rate. So if you're trying to grind out for future spheres, that are made from item drops from enemies, Thief's Jewel actually helps out with that. In fact, I think it actually helps out with a sphere that outclasses it in that regard. It does also increase Heart Crystal, Brave Crystal, Zell, and Karma drop rate, but so do the other spheres that do a similar thing to this. But it's just nice to have early on so that we can more easily get some of the materials to make better spheres that will outclass this. And another thing I want to talk about, all these spheres on this list except for one are the same kind of sphere. They are all status up spheres. But that's why I want to bring up this last sphere, the Holy Lineage Blade, which you get from Heroes of a New Era. This is the only sphere in this set that is a different kind of sphere in general from the rest of these spheres. It's not a status up sphere. It's counted as a type called Special. So it has like a little purpley misty, like swirly misty bit for its icon. That's a special sphere. And that means you can equip this along with another sphere from the Grand Gaia Chronicles on one unit. So that's why it stands out to me, because you can equip it. You can just double up on this sphere and another sphere from Grand Gaia Chronicles, and hey, you got something going on for you. And that's really all there is to be said about the Grand Gaia Chronicles spheres. Again, they're not super great. They're gonna run out of their usefulness soon after you pick them up, or even like before you pick them up, depending on which spheres you picked up when. So, that about does it. Just as a recap, these are super basic spheres. These were like the first sets of spheres to come out for each era of the game that these spheres came out for. So like the beginning of the game, I believe some of these spheres came out during the 6-star era, the 7-star era, the beginning of the Omni era. So like these are like not the greatest spheres, so don't worry about using them and keeping them on units for too long. But it's nice to help you get other spheres. The main reason why you do Grand Gaia Chronicles is mainly for the gems, but these are just a nice bonus. These are one-of spheres, so if you do merit them or sell them away, you might can get them back once from the exchange hall, but that I wouldn't do it myself, to be honest. That's just me. I'm a collector. And that really about does it. So, if you thought this video was useful, feel free to leave a like down below. It does help the video get more traction on YouTube, so it is greatly appreciated. Plus, it lets us know that we're doing a good job. If you want to see more videos like this, definitely hit that subscribe button to see when these videos come out. They can go to your zip box. And if you want to be notified when these videos come out, you can also hit that little bell button. YouTube will notify you. Or you can follow us over on the Twitter page in the description down below, which also there you will find a link to our Discord server, where you can join us, talk about Bread Frontier, help us make videos, give us more ideas, or work with us on a video. And, you know, just chat in general. That did it. So thank you once again for visiting the Grand Gaia Library. Hope you have a nice day.